The Speed Energy Stadium Super Truck's about to rock Townsville for one more time. Sean Sermon and Matt Nolte with you for this one. And let's check out the grid because I like the look of the guys a bit further down, like Robby Gordon, who's been stuck on the front row all weekend.
Yeah, that's the thing. Robby Gordon's used to start in the back of the pack, you know, but he's been starting up front all weekend with truck trouble. Well, coming out of race number 2 yesterday, putting that truck up on top of the podium for Matt Mingay and the Hot Wheels Castrol Edge team. Now he's starting towards the back again. So we're going to be looking for Sheldon Creed, Paul Morris, Robby Gordon, Matt Brabham. These guys starting in the back to run up through, and they're going to be running aggressive. This is race number 3 of 3, so it's time to drop the hammer. They can basically just bring back a steering wheel in their hand when they're done. They don't need this truck tomorrow, so I'm expecting a lot of paint swapping to be happening.
So we're off and racing for this one. Competition caution to come out on lap 5. We tighten the field up once again, but it's the Australian drifting champ, Rob White, that leads. Bill Hines in the World Gym Australia entry, car number 76 this weekend, usually running the 57. We jump on board with Robby Gordon. Hasn't he been very, very happy this weekend?
He's been in a great mood. It kind of freaks me out a little bit because he's just so pumped, so happy. And I think it's the vibe here in Townsville. The people are great. The race has been great, and Robby's really enjoying it. And his performance yesterday in that Hot Wheels Castrol truck showed. He's having a great time. There's Rob White out in front, getting some good air. Right behind him, that is Sean Richardson out of the UK. Sean Richardson, his first time out here with us with Stadium Super Trucks, and he's been little by little picking up the pace, practicing. He's been watching his in-car camera non-stop. He knows this track like the back of his hand. You see some tire smoke off those Toyo tires right there. That's Ari Lyondike in the Royal Purple. You see right there in the Arctic Cat Wildcat, that is Todd Romano.
And that was Hines. He missed the ramp, or he's slowing down. Either way, he's missed the ramp just before the United Bridge.
The World Gym driver missing that ramp, might have been for safety. Oh, the dude coming in really, really hot. Very unfamiliar to see him like that, as Todd Romano's out there mowing the lawn for him in the Arctic Cat Wildcat 1000.
Oh, Brabs got the landing all awkward down there, and he challenges Robby Gordon on the inside, and the 75 of Eric Davis backing up. He's lost 3 or 4 positions, just like that.
Wow, Eric Davis going really wide at turn 13. Matty Brabham jumping funky. We always see him front and down. I think that's just his style as these guys filing down the straightaway. The cool thing about these super trucks is they can give a lot of pass in the straightaway, not like some of the other cars. Look at the dude, watch him in the back, smoke belling off those Toyo tires. Just misses Matty Brabham, loses several positions. And woo, he just got lucky. That could have been a lot uglier and wadded a couple guys up.
Talking about ugly, watch this landing for Brabham. The front right wheel landed first and almost swapped Toyo for Dunlop on the left-hand side. Lap 2, what a cool angle this is. We're holding on tight, at least our cameraman is anyway.
We're on board with Matty Brabham in that Traxxas truck. Very cool shot right there. There's Sean Richardson. Sean Richardson running very well in this race. You know, like you said, first weekend out for him. They call him Ironhead. He's out there for Positive Automotive, Positive Trailers, and doing a great job this weekend. We'll be seeing him down at Surfers as well, as there is EJ Bezo in the number 5 green truck. Bezo has something to prove today. He has not had the weekend he was hoping for. He's been struggling the last few rounds. So EJ Bezo out there running as hard as he can. He's in that new Mount Margaret residential estate truck. So new sponsor for him here in Australia, and he's got something to prove today.
That's some great response too from their involvement in this weekend's Speed Energy Stadium Super Trucks as we're on board, looking front and rear. Right now, Paul Morris down the inside into the hairpin, and there's 3 wide action happening ahead here. This is great stuff.
3 wide back and forth, super cheap auto, Hungry Jack's truck, and Matty Brabham sideways again. Matty Brabham going off each one of these jumps a little whacked out. I don't know if he's got to calm down in that cockpit a little bit or if he's having some suspension issues, but he's definitely gone for a couple wild rides. We're only on lap number 3, man.
That was pretty crazy off the final turn. Here's Creed and Gordon joined at the hip once again. The Hot Wheels number 2.
We've seen this battle many, many times, and they've been more and more aggressive with each other as this season goes on with Creed and Gordon. See if they play nice with one another right now. Creed to the inside, be able to make it stick. Gordon staying on the gas, keeping that Hot Wheels Castrol Edge truck. Just a nose up on that Traxxas number 1. They're back and forth.
That was nearly half a lap. They were side by side.
Side by side, swapping a little bit of paint. Both of them have similar lines through that section right there.
Robby jokingly said before that he wanted to swap trucks once again with Creed. Now check this out. This is front on as we went 3 wide at the final turn. We saw it from the onboard perspective with Brabham and Morris. Oh, there was contact a little bit though.
Little contact on the takeoff. Here it is on board with Matty Brabham, that tractor truck. Here you are. Hey, dude. Side by side. Little contact there. Brabham taking the smart line on that one. You can miss a jump, and it's okay to miss a jump if it's in the name of safety, as long as you don't gain a position or ground on another competitor. So that was a smart move by Matthew Brabham.
Down they come to complete lap number 3, down into this tight little left-hand hairpin and onto the main straight. That's Richardson right-hand side, making his debut. We're going to see him later in the year at the Gold Coast round and at Sydney Olympic Park. Oh, how's the landing again? Actually feel it, don't you, when we're standing here?
Absolutely you do. Now, let's think about this. We're on board with Matty Brabham. He's coming up through the pack, but Matt White, White has been out front this whole time, Rob White, in that number 11 truck. He's been faster and faster as the weekend goes on. He just got taken advantage of by EJ Diesel, but you got to expect that. EJ's been in these trucks for a couple of years now. He knows a lot of the tricks. He knows how to get them around the track. Rob White right now putting an excellent run, sitting in P2, but right behind him is Robby Gordon and Sheldon Creed and the Paul and Dude Morris, all starting in the very back of the pack. We're not even at the competition caution yet, and they're chasing down the leaders.
6 career wins for EJ Viso, his career that started back in 2014 at Long Beach. Went on to sweep the roundup at Detroit. And now down the inside, so White has been released. There's 2 positions he's dropped.
It's almost as though White looked at his rearview mirror and said, hey, listen, I'm not going to get in the way of this freight train right now. And moves over just a little bit, lets Robby Gordon get by cleanly.
So down they come to the turn 11 hairpin. Viso leads us down. Creed making the move as we head towards the halfway mark of Spin Energy Stadium Super Trucks here in Townsville. So spinner down here at the hairpin, and this time it's Richardson from pretty much the front to the back.
Richardson was running well. He's had a tough weekend, but first time out in the Stadium Super Truck. It's not like driving anything else. I've been in some different vehicles and things. It's a whole new deal. So it's a fast learning curve for him. But he's starting to get a hold of it. He has improved as the weekend goes on. Right there's Ari Lyondike Jr. in the number 30 Royal Purple truck. Right behind him, that is Greg Gardner. Greg Gardner running very well throughout the weekend, staying quite consistent in mid-pack. That's him in the 410 and the R&J batteries, Delcor calcium batteries truck right there. So running very well now. Out in front still is EJ Viso. Right behind him is Robby Gordon in the Hot Wheels Castrol Edge. Matt Mingay, number 2, running that truck for Matt and Sheena this weekend and the whole Mingay family. And he's got his eyes set on another podium right now.
Down the backside of the circuit, so Gordon right on the back of Viso. You're in an IndyCar race here, aren't we?
Now, the thing is here, keep in mind, we are going to go into a mandatory competition caution here shortly, folks. So that's going to bunch the pack all back up. That's going to put Sheldon Creed, Paul Morris, Matty Brabham right up closer to these leaders. But the thing is, all 3 of those guys, Brabham, Creed, and Morris, are all racing for an overall for the weekend. Viso and Gordon smoking the tires up to the inside. He's going to be nice about it. Moves him out of the way a little bit, makes a move. He is going to make that stick. Viso's not going to be able to recover from that one. Gordon back out in front, and as I said, a clean pass or an aggressive pass. Viso and Gordon have nothing to lose. They cannot win the overall, but they can win this race as he gets them back up on 3 wheels. Viso to the inside on Gordon, side by side over that Toyo tire jump.
Oh, they're side by side still as they come to the line, separated by 86 thousandths of a second. If you don't mind, the competition caution comes out. It's a case of who wants to lead at the halfway mark, and Paul Morris has come to a stop.
That is upsetting. Paul Morris racing for a possible overall. Like I said, I am not a mechanic or an engineer, but that doesn't look right to me.
No.
You know? But,
well, we were going to have a chat to him underneath the competition caution. Paul Morris, Matt Nolte, that's not how truck's meant to be, is it, dude?
Negatory, mate. Something's broken.
Yeah, it looks like the rear end's broken on that truck. I've seen that before, but I think it was in a monster truck.
Yeah, I think we need to upgrade the crack testing program.
Yeah, absolutely. That's upsetting, dude. I tell you, we were just saying that you know, Viso and Gordon, they can have at it and have the battle they want. They got nothing to lose. But you, Brabham, and Creed, you're racing for an overall here, so that's an upsetting situation, man.
Yeah, it's very disappointing, but the super cheap auto truck's been fast all weekend, and I think we had something for him then. I'd been saving my stuff, so that's the one that got away.
Yeah, that happens, but that super cheap auto Hungry Jack's truck has been running well. You've been making it look good, and you guys have been working really hard, you and Scott, to keep that truck as fast as it can. So upsetting story for you, dude, but we'll be pulling for you next weekend in Toronto.
Yeah, thanks, mate. Looking forward to getting over there. So thanks for everyone at Super Cheap Auto. Their store's open today, so if you need some good parts, get on in there.
We'll let you get on with it there, Paul. We just sent Scott Jennings down there to get some more zip cables for that. I know he patched the bottom up for you earlier this weekend. See you in Toronto, mate.
Thanks, Matt.
And there is Robby Gordon doing his Matt Mingay impression right now. It's from Stunts Inc.
The crowd love it, don't they?
They love it. I mean, and if Matty Mingay was here with us, that's the kind of stuff he'd be doing. You know, they're both great showmen and things. So Robby Gordon doing his best to make Hot Wheels and Castrol GTX, Castrol Edge, and the #2 Stunts Inc. truck look really good out here this weekend, and with one podium finish, sitting in P2 right now, and doing some cool stuff out here at the caution. I'm sure the Mingay family's going to be really happy with that.
So Jason Smith from USAC has just asked the trucks to stop, and this is different for Eric Davis. Yeah, the other way around would be better.
I've been here for every single lap of this series since 2013. I've seen a lot of different lines. Today's the first time I've seen that one, you know, but maybe it works for him. You know, some lines are better for others than other drivers.
Oh, this is going to hurt the other side.
There you go. There you go.
He's going to skewer it.
Yeah, hang it right up. All right.
If you recall, Matt Mingay's slide and park up on the ramp at Adelaide this year.
Yeah, but that one was a lot cooler than this. Yeah, what Matt Mingay did when he slid off was way cooler than that. That wasn't that cool. But there he's off and running. I shouldn't really say that. He's a real big dude. So we might have to talk about this afterwards. But as he gets real sideways on and off the ramp, a line I have not seen in 4 years of racing stadium super trucks. But hey, we're always hoping for something new.
That's just weird. Nonetheless, nothing shocks me in Speed Energy Stadium super trucks. So EJ Viso will bring us around to the restart in the final race. And while you're away, this happened down on the inside. Oh, Gordon, elbows up on EJ Viso, and went side by side all the way down to the final turn. When they got to the competition caution, it was only 86 thousandths of a second. Viso, he's been pretty pumped up all weekend.
Yes, he has.
And he wants to get another win today. This was incredible. Side by side the first ramp, side by side at the second ramp, and Viso just getting the nod at the competition caution.
Now, I'm curious to see when we come out of this comp caution and drag to the checkered flag here. As of late, EJ Viso, once someone starts bumping him and knocking him around a little bit, he kind of plays some head games with himself, and it causes problems. He came back from that, took the lead away. I'm wondering if he's going to be able to stay calm, cool, and collective and hold that lead.
So he leads us away. He's got two of the most successful guys in Speed Energy Stadium Super Trucks history banging on the back door here. So we head down to turn #2, and Gordon is going to muscle his way to the lead here, you think?
See them both trying to outbreak each other, nice and easy. I'm surprised how calm they came into that turn. EJ Viso giving them plenty of room, but maybe too much, as Sheldon Creed was almost able to take advantage of that as well. Right now, Viso back to P2, Sheldon Creed P3, and Eddie Brabham right behind them. So our four fastest guys out on the track right now, other than the dude, of course, with a DNF, right on top of one another with just a small handful of laps left to go.
Viso finished in second in the final race at Detroit just over a month ago. And Creed moves to the inside. He left the door open a little bit too much there.
Now, I got to say, there is a story to be had here. EJ Viso was not happy with his truck coming into this morning. Said his shocks weren't right. He felt Sheldon Creed's were better. In this series, you know, sometimes the squeaky wheel gets the grease, and he did get the grease. They switched trucks. Now, EJ Viso's in Sheldon Creed's truck from yesterday, and vice versa. So, Sheldon Creed's got something he wants to prove here.
Smoke signals from the first three down into the hairpin. So Creed's going to be careful not to knock his usual truck around here.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, so Creed's got something to prove. He says, man, I'll get in any truck and I can go out there and win. So he's going to be pushing really hard here as we're finishing up lap 7. Creed to the inside of him, drifts a little bit wide, takes the line away. Very clean pass right there. No contact at all as Creed moves in to P2. But we know what this means, Matt Nolte. If Creed's in P2, Robby's in P1, we are about to have one of the awesomest races to the finish line here in these last two laps that we've seen all year.
Viso hasn't given up, though. The Mount Margaret Estates number 5, side by side with the 2015 champ, and gives him nothing on the exit.
Look at Viso keeping a clean, clear head after getting bumped around before. He is back to where we saw him a year ago right now. He says, a year ago, you can take that. You can knock me around, bump me around. I'm just going to keep doing my thing. He's been struggling with that as of late, but not today. He is ready to go right now. Viso's running well. Look at the dude.
The best seat in the house right now. We just need that. The contact, and they're both gone off. So Creed and Viso have come together.
Running a little too hard there. Hopefully we can get a replay on that, and here it is. Look at right there in the background. Viso, Creed. Creed comes in way too hot. Way too hot, and that was all Sheldon on his own there. Here's a look from Matty Brabham.
2 for the price of 1 for Brabs.
I'm surprised that Sheldon Creed steered out of it there and didn't hold where he was right now and used EJ to slow down a little bit. Instead, he decided to go towards the wall.
His truck.
Yeah, normally when he wants to scrub speed, he'll just use someone else to do it. But that time he didn't. Viso.
Yep.
He is on a mission right now. He has not taken anything from anyone. I think he felt he was getting a lot of flack in the pits as of today and yesterday from some of the guys because he wasn't happy with his stuff. And he's mad right now, and he's charging hard.
Get the feeling maybe it's Checkers or Wreckers time here. Brabs has the same idea.
Yep. That hurt Brabham more than it hurt Viso.
Hurt me too.
I told you, they'll just basically get over the checkered flag and they're just going to walk back with a steering wheel in their hand today, and I think that's ultimately what they're going to do.
I thought you were just joking.
No. You know me, I don't joke around.
No, you're a serious guy.
Absolutely. Here on board with Brabham. Viso gets into him pretty hard as they drag race down the front set, over the Toyo Tires jump, then over the Traxxas jump, and then here he is. Brabham says, I'm not happy with you. But normally, a lot of times, the guy in the back gets the blunt of it, and that's what happened right there.
He's such a polite young guy.
Viso in the lead right now.
So what's happening to
Robby Gordon has to have some mechanical failure right now. So it's Viso and Brabham back and forth. Robby Gordon dropping back. Still an entire lap left to go in this race. It's going to be weird to see if Robby Gordon's going to be able to hang on to it, but he's got a lot of pressure behind him right now. Viso smoke off those Toyo tires. Again, we see a lot of that right in this section.
That quickly can change, and now Robby Gordon, that truck is going to come to a standstill. Could this be the same issue he had yesterday? Let's have a look. Left-hand side.
Oh, wow.
And crunch.
Yeah, I would say maybe a broken axle, something along that line. That does happen a lot when they get into these concrete walls. But right now, Viso on the final lap, out in front. 1 lap left to go. I don't know if Brabham has the speed to catch Viso on this last lap. And the only reason I say that is just because Viso is a man on a mission right now. He's angry. He's had a tough couple goes at it the last few races. And he's not a happy camper right now. And he's doing his best to just check out.
Suddenly, Uri Leindyke Jr. finds himself in 3rd place behind Matt Brabham. Greg Gardner is in 4th and on target for his best ever result in the Speed Energy Stadium Super Trucks. But EJ Viso looking good here with half a lap to go.
I couldn't be more impressed with EJ Viso right now. With everything he's gone through mechanically and mentally, he's been having a hard time staying tight out there. And the old EJ Viso that we know and love, it looks like he is back, and he is back with a vengeance, and that is happy to see. So great job thus far.
Todd Romano also having a great run in this race, but EJ Viso sweeping around the backside of the circuit. The Townsville crowd have loved this all weekend long. Doesn't matter where we've taken the Speed Energy Stadium Super Trucks, the crowds have responded.
They are 4 or 5 deep on the fences. Dude up there Watching the races from the infield. On the final lap here is EJ Viso. Behind him is Matty Brabham. Great run for Viso out there. And that number 5 up on 3 wheels again as he hits his last 2 jumps. It's been a while since we've seen Viso that aggressive. What a great run for him as he takes the lead.
And finally it pays off. Matty Brabham's still got the helmet from the Indianapolis 500. He'll collect second. Ari Lyndike Jr. will be third. After all of that, Sheldon Creed gets home for 4th. Eric Davis will be in 5th position. Romano gets home for 6th, then Richardson, Hines, Gardner, and Robby Gordon, who just cruised around for points. Richardson, in fact, spinning towards the back of this race. The UK-born racer still going side by side in race 3 of the Stadium Super Trucks. And it's still going on. Richardson, what a finish.
I guess so.
Yes, so.
And look at, he goes into a full freestyle run.
He's been so smooth all weekend long. Until then.
He's pretty fired up right now. I don't know if he's mad at Hines or just pumped to be out there. But either way, a lot of emotion coming out of Sean Richardson and that number 12 out of the UK. And a great guy having him out here this weekend.
Let's check out the highlights. Each race there's been more and more to talk about in the Speed Energy Stadium Super Trucks presented by Traxxas. And the final race did the same thing.
You see right now, there you get a good look at the dude. Now you're on board with the dude as he comes in really hot, almost causes a pile up. Was able to get himself out of that. There's Todd Romano mowing the lawn for being supercar out there in that Arctic Cat truck. Then side by side, Matty Brabham and the dude get back into it again. Sean Richardson circles around in the number 12. There you are with Rob White. Rob White running well today up front for most of the race. And then boom! That is Robby Gordon and EJ Viso get together. And the 75 always evolving truck does his own freestyle run off the ramp.
When Paul Morris, the rear end, decided to split in half, and that was the end for the dude. He was off to Super Cheap Auto for some spare parts.
Absolutely.
Then Gordon down the inside of Viso at the restart. All 3 sending massive smoke signals into the Townsville sky.
Yeah, go-go gadget smoke signals right there. You see real aggressive here. Creed gets into Viso, was trying to not play nice, didn't pan out for him, and then boom. Viso dives in on Brabham. Brabham says, I don't like that. He ended up getting the short end of the stick himself. And then there's the boss, Robby Gordon, piles it into the wall, and I believe broke an axle.
But EJ Viso, he fought hard all weekend long and picks up his win this weekend in the Speed Energy Stadium Super Trucks.